And we are live. Hello, everyone. Everyone that is there. I see Dick is already here. Annemarie, hello. Yvonne, hello. Good to see you all. I am here with my friend Alex. Hello, everyone. And we're just giving everyone a couple of minutes to find us. And yeah, put your name in the chat so we can say hi to you, so we kind of know who is here. Ah, okay. Oh, the link is not working. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad you found us, Dick. So, hello, everyone. Okay. Hello, Laurence, I think it's pronounced. Hello, hello. So good to see you. Put your name in the chat while we wait for everyone to join us and to find this. Chris, hello. Good to see you. Tim, hello. Ah, so awesome to find you all here. Mm. And while we wait, let's just take a couple of moments to introduce ourselves. And for the Dutch people, hey Inge, Ellen, see Marcel. Oh, hello, Marcel. So good to see you. Anyway, while everyone just kind of, finds us and joins us, Nikki, hey, hello. I'm trying to finish a sentence here, but I'm just so excited to see you all. Anyway, let's take a moment to introduce ourselves. I hope you know me. My name is Inge van Stralen. I am a galactic priestess, and I help you reconnect with galactic wisdom and embody that wisdom so you can recreate heaven on earth and a new frequencies. And I have here with me my beautiful friend and galactic brother, Alex Rainbow Felix. And Alex, maybe you want to take a few moments to introduce yourself?
Thank you, Inga. Hello, everybody. My name is Alex Norwood Hill, aka Alex Rainbow Phoenix. I am an angelic Reiki master, crystal healer, light worker, and galactic ambassador, planetary blueprinter, intuitive, and ascension guide, here to assist the collective and individuals in their journey, in their awakening, in their soul purpose, coming into alignment, and showing as we move through this incredible time, this ascension period through the earth. So yeah, it's such an honor to be here with Inga. I've loved the work that we have done together and the work we do together. So yeah, it's a great honor. It's lovely to meet you all. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful live.
Yeah, and I know that some of you have already met you, Alex, and that we, have been to our galactic activation ceremony that we did together in March. It was already, oh my gosh, it's been a long time.
The spring equinox.
Yeah.
Which was very powerful, a very beautiful, divine experience, very, very cosmic, also with our sister Banu in such an amazing space with a group of beautiful individuals who all came to co-create a very powerful galactic activation, and we were doing some incredible grid work. So yes, galactic grid work, planetary grid work, and really assisting each other and the collective at this time. So yeah, beautiful.
Yeah. All right. Well, I see that Gaby has joined, Ilse and Krista. So good to be here with you. And I would like to start this YouTube Live, Facebook Live, this session, just by coming together and to take a moment to come together as a group of travelers to Avalon in our hearts. So before we discuss, what it is and, how to get there, let's just come together in our hearts in a circle. So take a moment to take a couple of deep breaths into your heart. Breathe into your heart and feel your heart. And ground using whatever method you know. If you're familiar with Pleiadian light work, put down your grounding cord from your first or second chakra all the way to the Earth Star crystal. And if you don't have a method just yet, just breathe into the soles of your feet and the tip of your tailbone. And from there, grow roots deep, deep into the earth. And breathe in earth energy. And I call upon the Pleiadian emissaries of light, and I ask them to join us in our spaces and to clear our spaces and to place a protective circle around our individual spaces and to connect all of our spaces together so that we're in one big energetic circle. Archangel Michael of light and love, I ask to seal our space with the sword of truth. And I set the intention that we will walk this path, our spiritual path, in love, in light, in truth, in purity, to the best of our abilities. So be it, so be it, so be it. I call upon the Dolphin Star Temple Higher Council of Light, and I ask them to transform our circle into a sacred Dolphin Star Temple space, and to place the crystalline pillars around our space, connecting us to the light heart of Mother Earth and the light heart of Father Sun. Pleiadian, Sirian, and Andromedan emissaries of light, I ask for the following cones of light to be placed above and below our auras and above and below our sacred space. The interdimensional, the evolutionary, the intergalactic, and the earth cones of light. And again, breathe into your heart. And from your heart, send out a beautiful beam of love and light to the middle of our circle. And all of our love lights meet each other in the middle, coming together. And all of our love lights create the big ball of love and light. And it just grows and grows and grows. And it becomes so big that it fills our whole space, and that we're all in a big, great ball of love and light. And the Pleiadian, Sirian, and Andromedans add to all this love and light, holding us, protecting us, guiding us back to our hearts. And breathe in and breathe out. I declare this to be a sacred temple space. Aho. And welcome to this beautiful session. So let's start. I called this session Avalon and Awakening. But before we actually can start talking about the role of Avalon in the awakening process, let's just start with what Avalon is. Because, we hear it, we've known it, through the legends, and we've heard all these stories. But what is it? And maybe I can ask you, Alex, to to give your perspective on it. Yes, I'm putting you right on the spot there.
Well, I think Avalon, for me is really about coming home to ourselves. It's about the hero's journey. It's about very much the Grail code and the Grail lineage, and how that interplays in for us in terms of at this time. So it has a historical meaning, it has an etheric meaning, but very much for me in this this period of time, it's about us coming home to ourselves, to our fully realized selves. and also very much new earth as well. So I think in terms of awakening new Avalon, it's not about looking backwards to what Avalon was, about the Grail myths and Arthur and Glastonbury. It's about what Avalon is now in terms of the ascension codes, our galactic brothers and sisters, bringing multidimensionality into Earth, bringing new Earth into our lives where we are actually whole. We're coming back to unconditional love, back through our heart. So it's a journey inwards as much as it is a journey to a place that we're going to. So for me, that is what the Grail represents. It's that journey into your own heart. It's into self-realization, into actualization, into a world without karma, a world with peace, unconditional love, joy, bliss, and really releasing all the old stuff and letting it fall away. So I mean, there's so much. It's like when you said to me, "What is Avalon?" I mean, I could be here for like hours. And it's so part of my life and many of my previous lives, so which I can share about later. But I think, I mean, that in a nutshell. I mean, it's obviously the Magdalens, the Essenes, the Orders of the Rose, Eshua and Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary. That kind of triumvirate of those three really feel very strong, and Saint Germain. And it's a very, very special, magical place, both within our hearts, but actually where it is, in England, and it represents the heart. It's ironic that it represents the heart chakra of the earth as well. So it's kind of like, not only is it the heart chakra of the earth, it's within our own hearts. It's that journey into which is the cosmic heart, which is the heart of the cosmic mother. So when we connect into our own heart, we connect into Gaia, we connect into the heart of the great sun and the universal creator, the all. So it's really powerful what Avalon represents and what it is. And by accessing these keys, codes, and frequencies, we step into our highest timeline as awakened, realized beings, here exactly knowing what it is we're here to do and why we're here.
Just 1 second. Sorry to interrupt. I was listening, but I hear that I see that some people are experiencing some background noise, and I'm trying to figure out what I can do about it.
Shall I tell you what? If I put my headphones on, will that help?
I don't know. I'm also.
Is that better?
I don't know. All right. Okay, I actually turned my headphones on. Yeah, that helps. Marcel says it helps. So,
Yes.
okay, let's do it like this then. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. So, yeah, this beautiful journey that you were talking about into our hearts, into, yeah, the highest timeline, or actually a new timeline that I
Yeah.
would say, is for me Avalon as well, but and at the same time it is this longing. It has become almost like an archetypical thing, that has that opens our hearts, like, to come home. It is also a calling to come home, you know um when I say Avalon, I get this this image of, also like survivors, coming out of that whole drama of Atlantis, also like survivors of that whole period, of the whole destruction, and then coming also to a new land. So, where you still had the frequencies, the beautiful frequencies, or at least a remnant of it, where those beautiful, codes actually were kept. So, and that's why I also sometimes talk about the Avalon codes, the codes of remembering of like what it can be like, what this world can be like, where we are in unity
Mm.
with ourselves and with the fairy realm, the realm of the elves, and all the elementals. So it is, yeah, it's the potential also what it can be like, and those codes that are there, and also within us that are calling us home currently. And that is what Avalon represents to me. Apart from that all those beautiful stories, the Arthurian legends and stuff, because I love those, and I can feel Merlin, calling, and the Lady of the Lake, you know. Well, let's talk a bit about past lives, because I can feel it in my body almost, like really physically, that we were there. So what
Absolutely.
was it like for you? Do you have any memories?
Absolutely. So when I went and had a regression session with Katie Jane Wright, she actually said that me and my wife were keepers of the grove, and we used to keep there were these two ancient trees called Gog and Magog, and they were the protectors. These tree spirits, these oaks, were the protectors of Glastonbury, and one of them is still there. Another one burnt down, and we used to like actually be keepers of the grove, protecting those trees and making sure that the elves and the spirit, the tree spirits, and the fae, and all of them were protected, and we would kind of support the beings of light around that sacred around Avalon, in in Arthurian times and before. So, but I also feel very much there is a connection to Mary Magdalene, and and being around the time when Eshua was around, being just have it, I always feel their presence whenever I am around the abbey, and especially around the Chalice Well. Uh, I, I I can feel their presence, and it's very powerful. And it's that connection to the Essenes and connection to the Magdalene line, and um, there is a sense of connection to Sirius, and like this, that Syrian emissaries. So yeah, it's a very potent, and the thing is, when we go to this place, the codes get activated in us,
Mm. Yeah,
and
sometimes it's enough to be physically present, and
yes,
you don't always have to do, because we tend to think like in ceremonies and like, that we have to do something, to yeah, to activate these codes. But sometimes, it is just, being present and, being still in a place and following whatever is there, and follow the path of your heart. So, and
absolutely,
then, opening your heart. And that is the way, because Avalon is actually still real. It's the fairy realm that is still present. And, so we still have access to those fairy realms and to, the elves that live there. And yeah, the stone circles that you can find in the UK, actually all over the world, but let's focus on the UK now. um, form like an entry point to this other realm. That's my experience always, just by touching the stones and opening yourself to whatever is there, and you can access the frequencies of, yeah, the elven realms, and
absolutely.
step into, well, Avalon. But and you can also do it the way I see it. You can also do that in your own country. You don't always have to go to Glastonbury and Avery, Stonehenge, all those beautiful places that we love going to, of course, and that we will take you if you're interested. But you can also do it in your own home, in your home town or whatever, in nature, just by connecting to certain trees, because there are sacred trees and you will find them, they start calling to you. And you have actually found a couple of portals, beach portals, I think, huh?
Absolutely. So I think just going back to what you said about the stones, I think someone said I'm getting it. There's a bit of an echo when I'm talking. I'm not. Are you getting an echo, Inga?
No.
You're okay. Okay, good. So yeah, the stone circles are very much a portal into not only into the earth and the grids of earth, but also into the galactics as well. So it's kind of like we can connect not only in the earth realm and the elven and into Gaia, but also into different star realms, whether it's Andromeda. So that's what I find fascinating, is it's that link to our star ancestors and family as well as into Earth. It's the bridge point. But as we go through this journey, we are each stone circle or each set of trees or tree portal leads us on to the next one, and as we're activated and we step through these doorways, we are transformed, but we're also transforming the places that we're going through as well. So there's a dialogue, there's a communion, between us and our hearts and the hearts of the places that we're going to. And to me, that is so beautiful. And each
I
one of these
love
places,
that. I love that. So, we're not just changing our hearts or opening our hearts, we're opening, the hearts and the heart of the place that we step into. So it's like, we're we're connecting, really truly connecting to the other side, so to speak.
totally,
Yeah.
and to
Okay,
be
sorry to interrupt you, but I can I see that when you're speaking, there's a lot of echoing. That's someone says, but I don't know what we can do about that. I don't hear it, but
I've got a little bit of feedback.
okay,
I turned the microphone down a bit. How's that? I think that might be better.
okay,
I think that's okay. I know.
okay. Well, for me, it is okay. Anyway, yeah. All right. So, yeah. So it is like you know it's almost like as above, so below. So, the connection between the two realms. And but how do you find these portals? Apart of course from the very obvious stone circles, but I know that you have found a couple of tree portals, and maybe you can share some insights on how to find them.
Well, with tree portals, it's very much looking at the way that the setup of the trees, whether some they feel masculine and feminine, and it's clear doorway. Other times it's just they're in a circle, if you're open to looking for tree portals, and whenever you come across, whenever you're out walking or anywhere you go, you take the time to observe the trees and connect with them. It's only a matter of time, because all trees are connected to each other. through the mycelium, through their roots. Like all trees are the whole earth. And any tree can be used as a portal to go inwards into the other trees, into the earth, or even into the galaxy. So if you honor the tree spirit and the guardian of the tree, and you connect to the heart of a tree, it can take you wherever you want to go. It's really, but there are some trees are a lot more powerful and have been around for longer, and so once you open up to communication with trees, it's only a matter of time before you get led to a tree portal. So all I would say is start talking to trees like you would a person, start connecting. And also, a lot of people think, where is the heart of a tree? The heart of the tree is not opposite your heart. The heart of the tree is where the tree meets the earth. And that is where, so when you open your, I will often open my heart and ask if I have permission to connect to the heart of the tree. And then I will open my heart, and then I will start a beautiful golden infinity connecting between me and the tree. And just make that sacred space, and then have that, and then ask if there's any message, or just have a conversation and give thanks. Give thanks for the tree, give thanks for, it's the oxygen, for what it's doing, protecting the space, because a lot of them protect sacred lakes or rivers or streams, and they are protectors of spaces. They are the guardians, a bit like in Lord of the Rings, the Ents. They are the guardians of sacred places. So I've found these very powerful, beautiful portals through my journey of talking and connecting to trees, and they have led me. And once you start communicating with them, you will be led to these special places.
I love what you say there. When you start communicating with them, and because really, that's what it is all about. And also here, it's a two-way street. It's not just always asking and asking, for the how to say that, asking for information constantly, but also giving back and asking for permission.
Just quickly, Inga, I think when I'm talking, if you put yourself on mute, then I won't echo back, because I think it's the delay, and then it's coming out of your hips and then echoing.
Okay.
So let's just try that.
All right. I'll see what I can. I'll see what I can do. We should just not talk together at the same time.
No, but I think it's not that. It's when I talk, it's coming out of your mic, your speaker, and it's going back through your microphone. So when I talk, you press mute, then we'll be fine. I reckon.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, but it's a little awkward, but it's okay. We'll make do. We'll make do.
All right. Perfect.
All right. But I do hear other people say, I see, sound is good here. So, we'll do the best we can.
Okay, great.
All right. So that was how to access, the sacred places through trees around the world. And by the way, people, if you're watching this and you have a question about Avalon and, all these things that we're talking about, you can put it in the chat and, we will answer your question. So, put it in the chat if you have a question and we will get to you. All right. So, how do we bring back these Avalon frequencies? Because we talked about, awakening. At the beginning, we talked about awakening and the Avalon codes. And how do we bring back these codes? How do we bring back these frequencies into, the world? Because I do think it is very much needed today. If there is ever a time when, when it is needed, it is today. So, your perspective on that, Alex, and I'll put myself on mute.
Okay. So, what is so exciting about this incarnation, anyone that's incarnated now, is for this great awakening, this this ascension process, this magical time, is that we all have a mission, and we agree to that mission, and everyone has a specific mission. And what's so lovely is that actually all of us have a mission to connect to Avalon, really, and to, you know, whether we know it or not, is to connect to our hearts, is to connect to unconditional love, is to step into our new frequencies of new earth, you know. And what's so amazing is that by taking a pilgrimage to these sacred places, and pilgrimages have always been special, you know, because it changes a person. It's the intention behind the pilgrimage. Why am I going? I'm going to give thanks, to give to gratitude. I'm going to go to these sacred springs and drink the water and take some water back to my altar, or I'm going to stand by these sacred stones and bless them and give thanks, or I'm going to hold a circle of light and allow the light to come through into the earth to clear the grids. So for me, you know, it's very much about the intention of actually stepping into, you know, our divine aligned soul purpose, our mission. And by doing that, by actually going on a pilgrimage and going to these sacred sites, you transform yourself and you transform the place you're going to into these codes of Avalon, these codes of new earth, this opening of the heart. So it's so the veil is so thin between us and our other dimensions and our fully realized multidimensionality. And by going on these, it's almost like a mystery school in a pilgrimage. You are changed, you are transformed as you go through each sacred doorway. You can't go back. You can't go, once you've had an awakening, a realization, a transformation, you can't go back and suddenly go, oh, I'm going to untransform. You are transformed. You hold those codes of Avalon, and you become a guardian of those codes. And it's an honor, and it's very beautiful. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yes, very much so. So it kind of is what we said before, you know, awakening the codes, you know, you don't necessarily need to do a lot. So, you know, it is basically just being, you know, and for me, lately, what I've been getting from, you know, the guides, the Pleiadian guides here, and et cetera, the galactic guides, so to speak, is really to just to be in the moment, be in the here and now. And actually, just by doing that, you know, you already open up to activating those Avalon codes, those new codes of belonging and being in the right place at the right time. Having said that, you know, it also helps to be in sacred places. So, you know, because, yeah, certain places carry sacred energy and can lift you up. It can add to it, you know, and because I can, you know, sit in my backyard and, you know, open up and just receive and be with everything that is. And that's wonderful, you know, that is already in itself so powerful. But at the same time, you know, if I am at a sacred site or, you know, in a sacred place with other people in a circle, or, you know, not a circle, but, you know, together in a ceremony space, it helps. You know, it just it lifts you up. And you can do that on your own, but, you know, there is a thing, you know, like coming together. unity, if we put all our energies, our frequencies together, it is, it is more than the sum of the total. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but uh,
Absolutely.
what I mean. So that, yeah, that's what it means to me. Yeah. And Jose says, just open yourself for all that is. Indeed, that's exactly opening. And at the same time, if you're in a sacred place, it is easier to open. And it's, it's, yeah, when you're sitting closer to the speaker, or when there's less interference with the sound, it's easier to open up and receive. You don't have to work through the echoes of the sound, so to speak. And Marcel says, it reminds me also about the amazing book Merlin and the Closing of the Gates. I don't have to admit, I don't know that book, but I love Merlin. So
I think also what's so amazing is that when you, there's a saying, one should travel hopefully. So when you are, always do a nice prayer and blessing and meditation with my guides before any journey like this, asking for the best and highest outcome for all concerned, saying I'm open to be shown what I'm supposed to receive, information, downloads, keys, codes, frequencies, epiphanies, people on my way, anything, any magical doorways, and just really opening up to the universe, to the all, to that unity consciousness, that realizing that we are connected to the all, we are part of the all, we are the, we have that divine masculine, divine feminine balance, and just and stepping into this journey, into these really powerful, really magical places, and every time is different, and every time you go to these places you receive a gift, like, and the gift is an epiphany, an awakening, a crystal, some sacred spring water, a meeting of a person, a magical person, whatever. It's such a powerful journey to walk these lands, to walk these dragon lines, these ley lines, these energy lines that were formed at the big, that help grid this whole earth. When you walk them, you are the hero, you are the knight, you are Arthur, you are Guinevere, you are walking that line, and you are sharing in that tradition of actually the Holy Grail, which is really enlightenment through one's own heart, through unconditional love. But you have to go through the journey and through these places to receive the magic, to receive the wisdom, it's like that's what I love, is by going on the journey you receive the gifts, and they are gifts, they are so profound and such magic, and every time is different because you have evolved and transformed through the sacred cycle of the year, so that when you come to these places, you're ready for the new frequencies, you're ready. You can only match your frequency to what you're ready to receive, but as you constantly evolve, when you go back to these places, you receive new heightened frequencies, and especially as what we're going through now in this ascension process. So it's there has never been a better time to journey to Avalon. In the it's so powerful.
yeah, that reminds me actually, of one of those pilgrimage that we did together. I think it was the first or the second time that we did that journey together. You were talking about these chance meetings that we have, and I remember we walked to one of those sacred springs near the what was the West Kennett Longborough, and you know, we were walking towards these sacred springs, and we met this group, and or we saw them walking, and they were Dutch, and so I said to them, "Hey, hello, how are you doing?" And yeah, they were from the Netherlands, and actually really close to the place where I grew up in the Netherlands, Brielle. So the South Holland Islands. Well, doesn't really matter, but they were so close to where I grew up. And then, so they walked with us, and we were going to do a healing on one of the other people of the group, and we brought crystals and everything, and then we were at the springs, and these women started like singing and chanting, and that was such a beautiful addition. And then I counted the number of women, and they were seven. There were seven women, the seven sisters of the Pleiades. And it was just like, oh my gosh, this was really, you know, you were supposed to be here at this time. So this was, yeah, meant to be. So, yeah, that was beautiful. And Annemarie says, when I read The Mist of Avalon, the book, it, yeah, it really touched her, and she was, deeply touched. Yeah, I love that book. I love that book. So, if anyone has a question, I haven't really seen any questions about Avalon in the chat. So, if you have them, yeah, put them and we will address it. Okay, no repeat Atlantis. Be original this time, Dick. Yes, I think you're right. That I think we mentioned it very briefly at the beginning. It's not about bringing the past into the present, but it's, reconnecting to the past and what is beautiful about that, the treasures that we've lost and that we are still connected with, and creating something new, a new Avalon, a new version of paradise for us. So to me, that is very important. Alex, do you have anything to add?
Only that I just see that the streams of light, the grids being switched on, the crystalline grids. Yes, we are all the Holy Grail, Jose. Indeed, the crystalline grids are switching on. The crystal guardians, the crystalline skulls of the Temple of Poseidon, the sacred springs, the unseen realms. There was a time when dragons and fairies were all visible, and unicorns and flying horses like Pegasus. They were all visible to us, but they all, as we became dense and lowered our frequency, and they just stepped back into the higher frequency. So they're all there, but we're just not there. But now they're going to start, as we raise our frequency and as the grids come on and this new earth is birthed, they will start to come out of the shadows, and we will start to see dragons, and we will start to see unicorns, and not just in our third eye, but with our vision, because we are, we're stepping into this new paradigm, this new frequency. And what's so lovely is that it's just a knowing that this is a calling. It's like we're being called to Avalon. We're being called into our own hearts. We're being called to do what it is we came here to do. And for all of us, it's really important that we follow our hearts now. We follow what it is that makes us happy. We follow joy. We follow peace, and we really step into our alignment, because then we will be exactly where we're supposed to be. And that is a message from Avalon. That is that message of that joy and that bliss and that unity consciousness, that paradise, that drinking that sacred liquid from the Grail.
Yeah. Okay. Inga asks, what is the easiest way to get access to Avalon? Is it meditating on the ley lines, the dragon lines, a way to do this? And I kind of you kind of touched upon this already with your previous answer. So yeah, meditation is a really good way, opening your heart, connecting with the trees, the heart of the trees, what Alex described earlier on, at the roots of the tree, and asking permission. And also, if you do that, expressing your desire to enter Avalon. And, but expressing your desire with purity, and it's always important to be pure of heart and to come from a place of love. And then when you do that, you'll be, yeah, invited in. So that is an easy way. So really connecting with the trees, connecting to stones, of course, crystals, through crystals. But Avalon is really connected to nature, to the fairy realms, but also water. For me, open waters, natural waters is is a really powerful entry into Avalon. So if you have like a little stream next to your house, not so much the sea. The sea, you can, obviously, because all water is connected, just like trees. But, it's more like a pond or, little a lake, to sit there and to connect with that water and to bring an offering. That always helps. I feel like, to bring an offering with the intention of, going back to Avalon, and to offer that from your heart to Avalon, to support the fairy creatures and to ask them to show you the way. And that is, one of the ways. And of course, another way to go to Avalon is by joining us on our pilgrimage at the end of September, the 20th, I think. 20th of September, we start. And until the 26th of September. So, and we'll have these amazing experiences. But we will talk about that in a few minutes. But first, let's see. Okay. Jose says, an easy way is to breathe in the love of the earth and the universe, connect with the spirits. Yeah, that's exactly right, Jose. It also says, what is the connection between the Ankh and Avalon? Do you have something to say about that? Do you want to take this one?
Absolutely. So the connection to the Ankh and Avalon goes back to the Egyptian mystery schools and goes back to Mary Magdalene and Yeshua, who were both initiated in the Temple of Isis, and also these divine unions, so sacred tantric sex magic of the Temple of Isis, but also the symbol is Isis, which is the symbol of eternal life, and it connects because Yeshua and Jesus and Mary Magdalene were both in Glastonbury and both in that part of the world, and are very connected. So it goes back to the Magdalenes and the Essenes, the sacred rites of these mystery schools. So the Magdalenes, the Essenes, the Temple of Isis are all incredibly aligned with Glastonbury and with specifically in the Abbey. There's a temple which is beautiful, not a temple, a chapel, which is the Magdalene Chapel, but also there is it's like a crypt where the frequencies are so beautiful, and it feels very much connected through the lines of and also Mother Mary. And Mother Mary, it's said it is an incarnation of Isis, so there is that connection to Mother Mary as well, who is Eshua's mother. So it goes back to the initiations of the Temple of Isis and back to Egypt, which links through the Christ consciousness and the symbol of eternal life, which is the Ankh, which is also Christ consciousness. And as it's funny because I'm looking, I've got a beautiful Ankh necklace, which I will go and grab some. I'll show it to you next time. But that for me is what the link is, and I love that connection that comes through through Esher and Mary Magdalene is directly from Isis and Mother Mary. So hope that helps.
Oh, I'd like to add something. To me, the way I feel the Ankh always is like through Atlantean times, because it's an ancient symbol that we also used in the temples of Atlantis and actually Lemurian as well. And, you know, we brought that. Oops, I think we kind of lost Alex, but I'll keep talking anyway. So we brought that connection back, or these ankhs and uh, those symbols. We brought them to Avalon, also. Not just to Mexico and India, but also to Avalon, and the ankh is also a portal. You can also yeah. So the eye of the ankh can also be used as a portal, and it's also almost like a key to open portals. So there's another there's another way of accessing, the Avalon times and other timelines, using the ankh as a portal, and you can just almost, step through the eye of the ankh, so into a different dimension and different frequency. Jose has an ankh tattoo on her right ankle. All right, Tim says, I always slow down at places where my heart feels best. That's beautiful. Have you any tips to feel more then, Okay. All right. So I'm guessing what you're asking, Tim, is like when you're at these places where your heart feels better, you tend to slow down to feel more better, and how to feel even more. I think that is what you're asking. And for me, one of the things, if I tune in just really quickly, it's by breathing into your heart. So it's not, it's slowing down, but slowing down even more and connecting to the place where you're at the time, because there's a reason why you're feeling so good, why your heart feels at home at that place. So, that is why, so there's a reason why your heart feels at home and why you want to be here. So connect, ground to that place, and as we discussed before, if there are trees, connect to the heart of the tree at the roots and say hello, and so open up. And that's, you can even open up more and feel even more.
Absolutely. And if you ask, when you go to that tree, if you don't, if you want to just sit under the tree and feel comfortable, put your back against it and just go into that real meditative state with your breath, doing some nice box breathing or circular breathing. And then, as Inga said, ask permission to be taken to Avalon and to be taken to the Chalice Well or to the Tor, or to the lake, and you can ask whatever guide resonates. You could ask the Lady of the Lake, you could ask Merlin, you could ask Eshua, Mary, you could ask Arthur, whoever, you could ask Pegasus, the winged horse, whoever you felt like wanted to take you, and just wait, or the tree spirits. But in time, you will always get the answer that you're seeking, and you will be shown what you're supposed to see. So it's all about how pure your intention is, and if it's in unconditional love and it's a pure intention, then you'll be shown what you're supposed to be shown. That's what I found whenever I've done any journeying. is if I come in peace and unconditional love and with gratitude and an offering. I always give offerings to the trees, always. Whenever I do any journeying, I always offer to the trees. Whenever I go to any sacred spring, I always give offering to the guardians of the spring and to the spring and to the water nymphs and to the fairies. And so, you know, it's just, we see at 0.5 on spectrum of light. Okay, we're seeing just the thinnest, like with our eyes, the thinnest spectrum. You know, 95 or 99.05% of everything else we can't see. But all those beings and all those energies and all those divine helpers and guides are all around us, just because we can't see them. If you're sensitive and you open up, you can feel them and you can see them with your third eye. But so that's why it's so important to be respectful when you go to these sacred places and to give offerings and to give thanks and really be in respect and honor these places, because they will give you gifts and they will show you, but it's an exchange. It's not about going there just to take or to dump your psychic, you know, trauma. So yes, and just going back to this. So this was made by my dear friend Karen Marie. So Karen, who is Karen is basically, she is coming with us on the pilgrimage, and she's a beautiful priestess and Magdalene, and she works with Atlantean codes when she makes beautiful jewelry, and she's going to make a sacred piece for everyone on the pilgrimage is going to receive a piece, but with an Avalon cross. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that. You're on mute.
I wanted it to be a surprise for everyone.
Well, you should have told me that.
Anyway, I think that's a nice bridge to discussing our upcoming trip to Avalon.
Sorry, scrub that bit.
It's okay. You know, we'll quickly talk about our upcoming pilgrimage in Avalon, and then we'll end, you know, with, I see one more question that we will answer afterwards, and then we'll do a quick activation together, you know, to really to connect to, I think it's going to be Pegasus, but we'll see. So, yeah, let me see. Yeah, because so if you feel like, oh yes, Avalon, I love it, you know, I would love to be there, and you know, I want to go there, but I don't know how, or I want to go there with a group and experience those really deep initiations. We are organizing a beautiful pilgrimage to Avalon, starting September 20th until September 26th. And of course, well, Alex has already told you that we're doing all these beautiful extra gifts and special things. So it will be such an amazing opportunity. No, I'm not going to repeat what it was. But it's just so amazing, and it, you know, if you're interested, I will put the link in the comments. I hope you can see it, and you can go there and check out this journey together. And of course, there is a discount for you because you're here with us during this live. If you feel like, oh, yes, I'm being called to do this, you know, because it is a calling. Avalon is a calling. Also, awakening new Avalon, that we're, you know, our pilgrimage is for those who feel the calling, for spiritual healers, people who are spiritual seekers, but really feel it inside, you know, go join us. And you can use the discount code Avalon, and you will get a discount of 333 euros, I think, top of my head. But so it's amazing. A really, really good discount. So I would say check it out. Alex, do you have anything to add?
I just thought, if you do you want to put the code in the chat, the discount code, just so it's there. All I would say is that, yeah, this is so exciting to be leading this trip with Inge and with Karen assisting as well. And we are going to be some of the most beautiful places that I've ever experienced in this land, this ancient land. And it's such a beautiful itinerary of magical places. You know, the Uffington Horse with the beautiful chalk horse on the downs and a spring where we'll receive the blessing. Then going to Avebury, the biggest stone circle in the whole of the world, going to the West Kennet Long Barrow, another spring there. We will go to the sacred stone that crosses the the Mary and the Michael line, the two most powerful ley lines in the UK, which is the divine masculine and divine feminine. Then we'll go through the sacred trees of Isidril down into the Elven Kingdom, and then come out and up into this beautiful avenue. We call it the Galactic Runway, which literally takes you into your ascension frequencies at the end. It's the most beautiful avenue of stones, like so powerful. And that's even before we get to Stonehenge. On the equinox, we're going to have private access. We're going to be able to go in and touch the stones, not private, but actual access to the stones. Stonehenge on the autumn equinox, which is such a rare and beautiful thing to do. And you'll be guided in exactly knowing which way to enter, which way we'll do a ceremony in the stones. Then we'll go to the heel stone and put our blessings with our spring water and for our intentions for the coming cycle up until the winter solstice. We'll put all our intentions for the collective and for each other and individually. And then we'll go to the sacred yews of Stone on the Wall, which is like where J.R. Tolkien got the idea for the Lord of the Rings, these yews that wrapped around this church. And so it's another sacred portal. And then from there, we head towards Avalon to Glastonbury, and just we're going to have. But before we go there, we're going to go to the Rollright Stones for a dragon ceremony, and connecting into the King's Stone, which is very much about Arthurian, like being knighted and being crowned. You know, it's a really, the stones feel like knights, and the sacred beach portal. Which is over the most beautiful land of the Cotswolds. And then we go from the Rollright Stones, which is on the Belinus line, which is another dragon line that goes up from the Isle of Wight all the way to Scotland through the Uffington Horse. Then we go down to Glastonbury. We have the place we're staying in Glastonbury is absolutely stunning. It's the most beautiful accommodation, and we've got these incredible vegan chefs. And yeah, we're going to go and have sunrise at the Tor, and then go to the next day. We'll go to the Abbey as well, and then connect with the Essenes and the Rose lineages, and connecting with the Guardians of the Spring. And really, that is going to be the Chalice Well. To me, is where the Holy Grail energetically resides, and that is where we're going to finish at the White Spring with a beautiful blessing and ceremony and baptism in the White Spring, a private ceremony, followed by a beautiful closing. So it will be something so beautiful, and anyone that is called, will just, it'll be one of the most magical things they've ever done. Certainly for us, it will be magical and will be life-changing and activating. And I think whoever is called to it will come, and we'll just make it happen, because it's meant to be.
Yeah, and I just want to add that we're doing this because, when Alex and I did this, we traveled to these places and we could just feel like all these other people, waiting for us to open the portals for them, and take them along with us. So that is, I'm so excited to do this, and we're just going to be, yeah, it's just going to be amazing. It's going to be magical. And, for me, all these places, yeah, I remember last summer solstice, we went into the stone circle at Stonehenge, and that was so magical. And it was just like I was crying walking into the circle. It's like, oh my gosh, this is it. I could just feel all these lifetimes that I walked there into the circles, and I could just feel everything coming together. And I really want that, for other people too. So that's why we're doing this. The trip
Fantastic.
sounds magical. Anna Marie says, yes, it is. Just for us talking about it, we love talking about it because we just feel the magic already. It's just amazing. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah. And just to answer what Dick said about one can only be baptized once, it's not a baptism, it's really a blessing. It's a blessing and being anointed by the sacred spring. It's not really a baptism, so that's probably the wrong word. So it's a blessing
Yeah.
and anointing.
Yes. And there was another question that was even before this, is Avalon a general term for the spiritual world? It depends on, your viewpoint, but to me, it's not. To me, Avalon is not the spiritual world in general. It is a magical place. It is very much uh, connected to a location. And at the same time, it is more than that. So, there's a contradiction or a paradox in there. It is more than just a place. It is, home in our hearts. And at the same time, it is a time and place where we can go back. All right. Marcel asks, how big will the group be at a maximum? 10 people. That is, we want to be this group to be intimate and to be, intimate is the best way I can describe it, because it will be intense. It will be a transformational journey that you will be taking. So, and we want to be there for everyone. And also for us, it's going to be, we're going to open up these frequencies, and we need to carry these frequencies. So we want to be able, to oversee everything, and we will have a lot of support, but to me, it feels right, you know, to walk this journey together, in a very special, dedicated group. Alex, do you have anything to add?
Only that this, my guides have told me it's going to be incredibly powerful and transformative, and anything that needs to be released will be released. Any blockages, any karmic blockages, anything that will be dissolved as we walk through these doorways. Any blockages that you have in your life, any blockages to abundance, to your alignment, to your soul purpose, all that kind of stuff, that will just literally melt away, and you will just have this kind of like a whole new energy and frequency, and this massive upgrades in your light body, your physical body, your emotional body. Every single aspect will be upgraded and activated, so that you can really step through that doorway, to whatever it is that you're here to do, in the best and highest timeline. So it's a really potent journey, and yeah, it's a calling. It will, you will know in your heart if you feel called, because you'll be receiving the codes and frequencies now just by listening to this conversation, and you'll know, and you'll think, you know what, I'm not going to put a blockage, I'm not going to put anything in my way, I'm just going to come because I feel called, and it's a big yes, and I'm just going to come. And so yeah, it's going to be, you'll know instantly, because you've been there before in many lifetimes, and you're just returning to do the work that you've always wanted to do.
Yeah, and what Alex says, about blockages, oh my gosh, it's not just for the participants, but it's also for us. In order to do this, we encounter so many blockages of ourselves, faith and, being in the moment, believing, opening your heart really on a deeper level. So, yeah, this is already talking about it, as someone else, said, the trip sounds magical. Yes, there are already these frequencies. Yeah, just by talking about it, we open up to them. Jose says, "It will be there with you both in my heart." Yeah. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Jose. All right. I think it's time um, to experience some of the frequencies, to do a little activation together. And, if you have any questions, you can put them in the comment section and we will address them. But let's just experience some of those frequencies together. Alex, is it for me? I feel Pegasus. What is it for you?
Definitely Pegasus.
Okay. All right. I will start. And Alex, feel free to add, because we will be going to the Uffington horse. And the Uffington horse, just tuning in into those frequencies of the Uffington horse is already, I feel the power of Pegasus. So breathe into your body and breathe out. Check your grounding cord. Breathe into your grounding, into your roots, whatever your method of grounding is, and breathe in earth energy. Be in the moment. And we already have all the beautiful energetic structures around us, the Pleiadian, Sirians, and Andromedan emissaries of light with us. And I ask Pegasus to join us in our space. A beautiful flying horse energy frequency. And Pegasus stamps his feet onto the floor, creating a rhythm within us. And open your heart to that rhythm. And he opens a pathway through the rhythm of his feet, through your heart, to the frequency of the Uffington horse, transporting us on his back, transporting us all on his back with his mighty wings to the Uffington horse, onto this ancient land. And the beat of his hoofs is still reverberating into your heart, into the earth. And connect to this place, this sacred space, the frequencies here. And Pegasus calls his kindred, all these horses, all the fairy creatures, the elementals that are connected to this place, the Uffington horse, joining us. Welcoming us. And all these horses that have come start stamping their hooves to the same rhythm. And feel that rhythm going through your body. And all the elven creatures, all the fairies, the elementals start dancing. We start having a party here, all together, celebrating life, celebrating from the heart. And in that joy, there is so much love. Open your heart to joy. And maybe you start stamping your feet too to that same rhythm. Feel the rhythm within you. Feel your heart beating with the joy. And some of these magical creatures come up to you. Elves, fairies, gnomes, whatever they are. And they welcome you. They welcome you back to the old country. To the beginning of a new journey. Because every step you take is a step on a new path. Every step brings you closer to the joy, brings you closer to home in yourself, brings you closer to Avalon and the memories of the past and the memories of the future, of what will be, the beautiful paradise that was, that is, and that will be, all come together. And the drums, the beating of the hooves in your heart, in your body, awaken codes, Avalon codes within you, around your heart, that carry the frequency of Avalon, of the past, the present, and the future. In this moment, the believe in magic, knowing that magic is real, being magic, knowing that life is magical, that you carry the magic within you and you are connected. Because in that connection to life around you, all these different realms, that is where the true magic lies, within your heart, that connection. and open up. Feel those Avalon codes around your higher heart. And those beautiful creatures around you, magical creatures. Activate those Avalon codes within you, guiding you home in your heart, in your being. And breathe in and out. And there is this figure, a figure walking up the hill, coming up towards you. And you recognize this figure, this person, this presence. And this presence has come especially for you, to connect with you, all the way from Avalon. And this person greets you. And he or she has a message for you. And that message can come in the form of a word, a memory, a frequency, a word, a symbol, a color, whatever it is for you. Receive it. And then it's time to connect to Pegasus again. To step on his back, and he will take us somewhere, to a place, especially for you. He will show you something, a place, a memory, a dimension where there is something that you need at this moment. And he takes you back. He's urging you to get back, to climb back on his back. And he brings all of us individually back into our circle. And breathe into your heart with the Avalon codes. Breathe into the Avalon codes that have been activated around your higher heart space. And let those Avalon codes fill your heart. And from your heart, send another beam of love, a ray of beautiful love and light to the middle of our circle. And all of these beautiful beams of light meet each other in the middle and form a beautiful ball that grows and grows and grows until it surrounds our circle. And you can feel all the codes of everyone else connecting with you, enhancing your codes, your activations, upgrading your codes. Because together we are stronger. And then we bring back a beautiful ball of love and light and Avalon codes back to the middle of our circle. And I count to 3. And on 3, we will use our breath to blow this beautiful ball of light and Avalon codes to the light heart of Mother Earth. 1, 2, breathe in, and 3. And feel the effect. Feel the response, the answer. Open your heart and receive the codes. The answer that will give an upgrade again to your Avalon codes. And breathe in. And I thank all these beautiful beings that were here. Thank you, Pegasus, Pleiadian, Sirian, and Andromedan emissaries of light. Of course, beautiful Mother Earth, all those fairy, elven, elemental beings. Thank you so much. Archangel Michael, Dolphin Star Temple Higher Council of Light. Thank you so much. And I ask to release all these energetic structures so that we're all in our own energetic space again. And breathe in and out. And slowly open your eyes. Come back. And welcome back.
Thank you.
Okay. Wow.
Powerful.
Okay. If anyone wants to share anything or have, or ask a question. You can ask us now. Hmm. All right. Dick has a lot to say. uh, all right.
Everybody's still landing, I think. Thank you for guiding that, Inga. That was beautiful. That was magical. Nice comment from Jose. Thank you, Pegasus, for the white light. Looking forward to the pilgrimage.
Jennifer.
Hey, Jennifer. We can't wait. Yes.
And there's actually also Nikki who is coming with us on this pilgrimage. So, yeah, at least I saw her name in the beginning. All right. Thank you, Pegasus, for the white light, the big wings in our earth. Yeah. Thank you, Marcel.
Sending so much love.
I can never do this right. Oh, yeah. So if anyone still has a question or would like to share anything, or would like to come with us, I will put the link in the comments again so you know where to find it. And of course, you can use the discount code Avalon. Kate. Oh, yes. The starry eyes. Yeah, I recognize that. I feel like that. Wow. Maybe you can share something, Alex, of what you experienced.
For me, it was so beautiful because there is a structure on top of where Inga and I did our meditation the last time we went to the Uffington horse. It's a chalk horse on the downs on the hill. There's a horse, beautiful, and it goes back to I think the Stone Age or even before Bronze Age. It's really beautiful, and the eye. We did our meditation near the eye of the horse, and Pegasus was there, and all the elves, and Pegasus was on his hind feet, and he was spinning on the eye, and all the elves and everyone was dancing, and it was so beautiful. Everyone was celebrating, and then he stepped back from the eye, and this column of light just came up from the eye, from like and all the way up to the central sun and connected into the earth, and then all these ribbons like of colored ribbons came out of the column of light like a maypole, and everybody was grabbing and dancing, grabbing a ribbon and intertwining like a maypole round this light that was coming out, and Pegasus was dancing and everyone was dancing. It was so beautiful, and everyone was cheering. It was such a celebration. It was like activating the Avalon, the beginning of this whole pilgrimage, and it's such a great place to start. And then when you said, "Oh, a being's coming up," well, for me, one of my guides is the Egyptian being Horus. The falcon-headed god being, and so he came up, and he was enormous, and he came up, and he took me to the Great Pyramid of Giza. And and I can't tell you what he did there because it was very sacred. But I was taken into the middle of the pyramid and was given this. I'll tell you another time, Inga. But anyway, I have received a gift from Horus inside the Great Pyramid. So, and what's interesting is there's a structure opposite the Uffington horse, which looks like a pyramid. And Horus came out. There is a pyramid there, an etheric pyramid, and he came out of that pyramid. So that pyramid is connected to Egypt. So there's another connection. So there's another reason to come on this pilgrimage with us. Another plug. Anyway, thank you so much, Inga, for guiding it. It was beautiful. And thanks, Jennifer and Krista and Anne-Marie and everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I see. Jennifer says it was funny when I dropped in. I immediately saw wings and a thunderbolt. Then you mentioned Pegasus. Yes. You must be psychic. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm just teasing Jennifer because she's very, very intuitive and very psychic. So, Annemarie, I've been by at the horse. Yeah, it was so special. Yes, it is, isn't it? Krista says, "Thank you. It was a wonderful journey." Yeah. All right. Now let's see. Any more questions? Don't hesitate to ask. You say, like you said already, all what was, is, and will be is connected. Yes, definitely. Inga says, I really felt the reactivation of the codes by the love of the others in the group. Thank you all so much. Thank you for pointing that out, Inga. It must be the name, I think. No, seriously. I thank you for pointing that out. The reactivations by the others of the group. Yeah. So it is really, by being together as a group, you make it stronger. So you enhance all the activation. So what we did in this circle, to bring everything, together. So to share all the activations with each other, our personal activations with the others, within the circle, of course. And then, yeah, I felt it too. That was beautiful. Thank you all so much. Yes. All right. Any last words, Alex?
Just to say thank you, Inga, for this amazing live, and thank you everyone for joining us and receiving and being part of it and co-creating, and just wishing you a blessed day, a blessed year, and looking forward for those that are going to come with us. We can't wait. It's going to be a trip of a lifetime, and we're so excited. So thank you so much. And yes, be the change you want to see, and walk this sacred land with your head held high and your heart open in unconditional love, and all will be perfect. So lots of love, and see you next time. Aho.
Yes. Well, one more question from Jennifer. Will there be a replay recording from this live? Yes, it will be on my YouTube channel. So, yeah, you just found it. So, it will be there. It will stay there for as long. I don't know. Usually it's on there for years. So, you can watch it as many times as you want. So lots of love. Thank you all so much, Jose. Anna-Marie, thank you very much, you too. All right. So, yeah. Yeah. All right. So if you have any questions for me or for Alex, regarding the trip to Avalon, you can reach me, through this YouTube channel or through my Facebook page if you're watching live on Facebook, because, we're also live on my Facebook page. You can, shoot me a message from there. Of course, you can also reach me through email or through my website, ingevanstralen.nl. And how can people reach you, Alex, if they want to get in touch with you?
So yes, if you can reach me by best one is Instagram, Rainbow Phoenix Healing. So at Rainbow Phoenix Healing, or you can email me at rainbowphoenixhealing@gmail.com.
All right. Thank you so much. Hope to see. Can't you both come over and visit me in the Maasduinen? Yes, we can. If you organize an event for us, why not? We could do a galactic activation ceremony in the Maasduinen. If bring the group together, we will come. Build it and we will come.
Definitely more galactic activations incoming.
Definitely. Ah, And in Curacao also, when we leave in September, yes, you build it and we will come. Oh, I'd love to go to Curacao.
Count me in.
Are you back in the Netherlands already, Jennifer? Jose says, great in verbindingspandora. I don't know what that is. Sorry. Krista, thank you. Yes. All right. Lovely, lovely beings. We're gonna wrap it up unless no extended for the second time. Oh my gosh, you're still in Curacao. Some people probably staying until late August. Love you. Wow. Wow. Anything can happen. So yeah, make it happen for you and join us in Avalon on our pilgrimage. So all right, lovely beings. Following the calls, yes. Lovely beings. If you watch this in the replay and you have a question, of course, you can always, put that still in the comments and I will get back to you. Mm. That's my home and the home for all who wants to come over. Oh, okay. Okay, from being okay. All right. Well, you know where to find me, Jose. Shoot me a message and we'll connect. All right. Bye, Dick. All right. Love you. Bye bye. Bye, Annemarie.
Bye. Bye.